In this fourth and final episode on how to build a powerful LinkedIn profile, we're going to cover the parts of skills, endorsements, recommendations, accomplishments, and interests. Let's go right into it. Hi, if this is your first time visiting my channel, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss any of the good career management stuff. Welcome back. So this is the fourth and the final episode of our four-part series on how to build in your LinkedIn profile. Now, you should have a very good profile already with the headers, the profiles, the pictures, the headlines, and you build your about section, your work experience, education, and there's the final part left, which is the kind of smaller pieces below, which cover skills, endorsements, recommendations, accomplishments, and your interests. So we're going to cover now all those parts in detail with some screen captures. But before that, I wanted to put a little extra emphasis on a LinkedIn feature, which is very important, which is the activity part. You can see the activity part already in the top parts of the LinkedIn, and it's a very powerful tool to investigate and to get a better understanding on people's profiles. If you go to anybody's activity profile or your own activity profile, you can see comments, likes, the types of kind of postings, files, videos that people like. And this can give you a good flavor already on the people's preferences. So if you, for example, going for an interview, this gives you a very good feel on the person who's interviewing you. If you know him or her, you can get a little feel on what they might be looking for. So just another extra tip that LinkedIn provides. But let's get into these final sections of the LinkedIn and let's get those perfected. So let's start with the skills and endorsements. Here you should really list all the core competencies that you have and where you know that you're going to get endorsements from people, at least that 5 to 10 endorsements to make it relevant. Then moving on to the recommendations. This is a very important part because letters of recommendations have pretty much moved here, at least to a certain extent. So make sure you have relevant recommendations from people from your previous work experience, but also give recommendations to people. It's a give and take. So try to get relevant recommendations and help people as well. Now moving on to the accomplishments. Here you have a selection on the right side of different options. I've highlighted here my own ones, which are languages and one organization that I'm part of. But if you have honors, awards, mentions, do include them here as well. Test scores, I would only include them if like we said before, if they are exceptional, then include them here. With the language skills, so make sure that you represent the real language capability that you have. Not over, not under, because there's a good chance that you will be tested on your language skills in any interviews or business situations. Now the final section is the following section. Here you can follow influencers, companies, groups, and schools. On the influencer side, this basically is whoever you're interested in reading what they have to say. So you follow their news feeds. This normally follows your professional interests as well. Also some visionary people, whoever you want to follow. My only recommendation will be not to follow half the world, but basically follow ones that are relevant and that you can actually have time to follow properly. So if you have too many to follow, then your feed is so large that you never have time to focus on anything. Then you can follow companies. Companies should reflect your professional interest, especially if you're actively applying for a job, or let's say you're an MBA student or other student. I would recommend here to put focus on the sector companies that you're applying to, and not to go, for example, that you follow consulting, FMCG, you follow finance, and you follow manufacturing industry, giving the potential employer the feel that you're shooting all over. Of course, like tech companies are very popular, so people follow them widely, so that's fine. But then there are other sectors where it might be smart to focus and show that you're focusing on a group of industries or companies at a particular time. Then you have the groups. Groups are useful for you to get information, be involved, communicate, network, whether it's professional or something more personal. These are the groups that you can join here. So this is your alumni groups, any communities close to where you live, or professional groups that you want to be involved. And finally, you have the schools. This is typically where your alumnus of, and then any schools that you want to follow that are serve of special interest to you or your current studying plan. So this concludes the 4-piece program for the LinkedIn profiles. Your LinkedIn profile should rock now. It should be in a condition where you should be attracted to the market. You should be happy with yourself and your brand, what you've built. And this is something that you will keep on growing, changing, adapting, updating as you move on with your career. Keep it active, keep it up to date, refreshing it when you need to. Make sure that represents you at your best at all times. So hopefully this was helpful, and do subscribe to my channel for further career management tips, and I'll see you there.